Ryan here, coming to you with another fitness video. So in today's topic, I actually want to talk to you guys about lean bulking or clean bulking versus dirty bulking. Now, I personally in my fitness time have done both. As you may or may not know, I've done bodybuilding, I've done powerlifting, I've also done distance running, calisthenics. I've done a lot of things with fitness. But in terms of clean bulking and dirty bulking is where I really apply it to bodybuilding. This is where it really came useful to me. I've done both and I just want to be here to share my experiences with you. So I'm going to be showing a picture on the screen on my exact time where I started my fitness. So as you can see here, I'm at 202 pounds. This is around the age of 14 years old, I believe. And started my fitness transformation. I decided this was enough. I was very unhappy with my weight. I was actually a fat kid growing up all the way up to the age of 17. And I'm going to show you in a bit the transformation I went through initially. So what I had done at the time to lose all the weight, I actually lost 40 pounds by doing a program called Insanity. And Insanity, if you guys don't know, is a Beachbody program done by Shaun T. It's a basic home workout DVD where you do a whack ton of calisthenics. Your heart rate is through the roof. It's basically HIIT training, high intensity interval training in a nutshell. And so that went on for 2 months. Fast forward to that amount with 2 months of running as well. I'll show a picture on the screen here. I went down to 160 pounds. So that was around the age of 16 when I got to that point. So as you can see there, I made my first decent amount of gains. You can see the V cut there. Very little amount of muscle, but you can see I was very lean, very into the calisthenic game. Around this point, I believe this is when I started P90X. So along with Insanity, I was able to gain a lot of lean muscle mass just by doing calisthenics. So moving forward, I'm going to move into the next transformation I had is when I did a little bit of a lean bulking phase. This is actually when I got out of high school and I started to lift weights. I started to get into the gym. I was interested in actually gaining more muscle because at the time I was just not satisfied with what I had. So as you can see in this photo here, I bulked up all the way to 170 pounds. As you can see there, my cuts are still there. Definitely not looking as defined as before, but you can see shoulders are starting to come in. Chest was never a huge point for me, as you can see there. It's always been a very weak genetic point for me ever since, since I started. So as you can see there, that's where I was at. So moving forward after that, this is where things really started to take off in terms of dirty bulking. I decided, you know what, it's time to dirty bulk and I want to make some serious gains. Just like a lot of people, I thought if I was going to dirty bulk, I was going to make almost 40 pounds of muscle just off of one dirty bulk. But the reality with doing a dirty bulk, as you guys know, is that you're going to be putting lots and lots of fat. That definitely isn't muscle, I'll tell you that much. So let me show you this very embarrassing picture that I have of myself after my first dirty bulk. This was actually, I believe, midway or throughout the second semester of my first year university. As you can see, screw the physique itself. Look at my face, like absolutely just pudgy, full of fat, and that's just what happens when you overdo it on the bulk. It almost looks like you don't even lift at the end of the day. So at this point, I was 197 pounds. Let me here show you a back shot as well. Like, you could definitely tell I'm still sort of lifting, but if I was on the beach, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference if I was lifting or not. So those are the consequences I paid off. So after that, I started to do a cut for about a month and a half, but I never actually completed it. So I'm going to show a photo right here. This is during my cut. I dropped down to 185 pounds. As you can see, the shoulders were definitely a high point for me. They've always been a really good point for me. I'm going to show you another picture on the screen showing some of my current points for my shoulders. very positive point for me. Here's some other poses to see where I'm at. And as you can see, I have some potential, but you can tell like just by doing dirty bulking wasn't going to change anything. So moving forward, fast forward to second year in my university, I actually did another dirty bulk. I kid you not, I did another dirty bulk, but I didn't bulk up to 195 or 200. I actually went to 220 pounds. I'm going to show you on that screen there. Like, man, if you wouldn't be able to tell, I definitely look almost 10 years older than I do now. I mean, just take a look at the difference of this video and this guy here. It's clear as day. So here I'm 220 pounds. I was benching at least 275 in the bench press, squatting well over 245. Rows were pretty good as well. In general, my strength was just through the roof. And I felt proud about that. You know, my dirty bulking phase went well. However, I just did not look aesthetic. I looked like I was like 40 years old in this picture. So in reality, how much muscle did I put? Well, I cut again, all the way down to 200 pounds in this photo. As you can see, I'm very, very thick. I'm definitely not cut at all. I mean, there's a couple lines here and there. You know, again, I didn't finish my cut like I wanted to. Unfortunately, I was actually joining an occupation at the time, so I didn't really have time to finish my cut. So that took precedence over my cut. As you can see there's a little bit of a difference between my first bulk results and my second bulk results. So before I show you the current results of my cut so far, I just want to break down the difference between a lean bulk and a dirty bulk. Your dirty bulk, again, you're going to be putting lots and lots of fat. As you can see there in those photos, it took me a long time to actually get to where I wanted to be, and even then I never actually got cut like I wanted to. If you're able to do a lean bulk, you'll be able to cut way less. I would say almost maximum 8 weeks if you're doing a lean bulk. If you're doing a dirty bulk, expect yourself to be cutting into almost like 4 months or 5 months, because I guarantee you that's what it would have taken for me to cut down to a nice lean physique. Now, I will say one thing with dirty bulking, you will put a lot of strength on. Let me tell you first front, like I've never been as strong as I ever was when I was 220 in 2015. So I'll tell you that much. When I did my lean bulk, you know, I was maybe gaining 5 pounds of strength on all my lifts every month, if that. When I was dirty bulking, I was almost adding 10, 15, 20 pounds to all my lifts every month. So I will say that. Now, I'm going to be showing you on the screen currently what I look like after the bulk I did this year. And I don't want to say it was a dirty bulk, but it was definitely a significant bulk to the point where you couldn't see any gains anymore. Screen. As you can see, I completed the cut. I was looking very, very nice. The abs were all coming in. I got the lines in the V-taper. I got the serratus coming in. Everything was there. Back was nice and defined. Again, I wouldn't say I was shredded here by no means or standpoint, but at the end of the day, I'm not here to get prepared for a show, at least this year. I'm here just to essentially strip down the fat and see what's going on, because in bodybuilding it's all about having a very symmetrical physique and seeing what you got going on. Here's another photo. This is actually one of my favorite photos I took. This was kind of fun to take. And then there it is, guys. So overall, difference between lean bulking and dirty bulking, I would just say choose what's best for you. At the end of the day, fit whatever's in your lifestyle. Sometimes we have very busy jobs, we have very busy lifestyles. Sometimes it's more optimal to dirty bulk during the winter. You know, you got busy with work, you don't really have to worry about the diet. And then come summertime, you cut down. that may work for you. Lean bulking, again, you have to be a little bit more strict with your diet. I mean, you might want to add in some cardio sessions as well in order to bulk very slowly. But at the end of the day, it's really up to you what style you prefer. Me personally, I think if I were to do this again, I would probably stick to the same routine. I would probably stick to, eating clean, but maybe a couple times a week, cheat if I want to, and maybe do 1 or 2 times of cardio per week. That way I don't gain as much fat as much as possible. That way I can stay steadily progressing, and once I get to my cut, I only have to cut down for maybe about 12 weeks to 10 weeks, give or take. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see for the next video. Peace.